We are live. Welcome to Hack Shack Studios. One and all, you're all welcome. Hope everyone's having a good day. RT Bear here, and we are going to get into some spoiler territory, man. I'm going to show off some layouts, some black and white layouts. You guys have been asking about like artwork. Wanted to see artwork. I don't want to show off any finished pages yet, but I do have some layouts that I'll show. And I'm real happy with this storytelling. I'm real happy with these layouts. And I'm going to show off a couple pages here. I'll probably talk about story behind the visuals as well. Should be fun. And just kind of hang out with you guys. I just love this part of the day. Just getting to hang out with you guys and everything. Gosh, I don't know. I got so much I want to talk about. I don't know where to begin. I guess I'll begin by being social and saying hey to everyone. Hey, hey, hey. We've come to snuff a rooster. We got Leroy. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Right here. I'm ready. All right. So Leroy's ready. Leg Kick 1 says, hey, Art. He's ready. Let's see if Steven's ready. Steven, I want to rock with you. Rockwood, Artie Bear, we got Hyper Kaju. What's up? What's up, indeed? We could actually talk a little bit about Malin's faux pas last night. Maybe once I say hi to everybody, we can cover that because I just want to throw a disclaimer out there on that. I'm not taking any responsibility for that cluster F. God bless you, young man. No, God bless you, past Master Dan, for calling me a young man. God, what was it? My wife was buying some alcohol the other day at the local supermarket, and probably so I could get ripped on Malin's stream. And they carded her. And I'm thinking, on one hand, I'm thinking, like, what's wrong with the world? Like, you can obviously see, like me, my wife, we're of drinking age. Let's just put it that way. But we're also at that age where it's like, well, thank you, young man, for carding me. You made me feel young. Yes. So she was very flattered that they carded her. So, I mean, you take it where you can get it. Leg kick, because you haven't finished any pages. Says you. When you see these pages, you're gonna owe me an apology. Layout time. Yes, indeedy do. How dare you, leg kick? I thought you were my friend. Past Master says, ahoy. We got Cam 1138. How are you? What is this? Androtaz. Hell, Artie Bear and the chat. Indeed. Bob came in with a request. Please, yes, smash and like and share. Please do. And Steven says, yeah, poor Malin. Yeah, I think it was just a series of just things that happen and not being able to focus on what needs to be done. There was when you host streams with a lot of people, things can get out of hand pretty easily. And so I think that's kind of what was happening. And also it probably didn't help that John was drinking. But sometimes, man, when the ship starts going in a different direction, it's hard to kind of put it in the right direction. So I think John had a hard time, and probably just sometimes too, when you're on these live streams, time moves so fast, like you don't know how quickly time is moving. So I think there was just a series of things going on. But if you guys haven't heard, okay, so John Malin with Godlike was closing out last night. I came in for a half hour because I just have so much to do. I wanted to get up early, and we're going to take a trip. So we're still getting ready for a trip. We're going to leave this weekend. We're going to go hang out. My wife and I, Pamela, are going to go hang out with our daughter at Disney World. Yeah, so I think it's 4 days, 5 days, something like that. And so it'll be good to see her and hang out with her for a couple days. And she really likes the parks, so it should be a good time. So we're just kind of busy, with the campaign, with Black and White, Man versus Machine, and all kinds of things. So I was just like, I want to support John. I'm going to come in, but I can't do the whole show. I can't close this thing. I think he still had. What time did we close on Ethan's stream? Maybe around 10. And so 10, 11, 12. So maybe there was about 2 hours, plus for him to, close out and then start another 30. I think he was, I mean, we always say like a 30 and 30, but I think he was doing like a 30 and 20 type of thing. But he was going to refresh his campaign and go for another 20 days. And so what ended up happening is, because of all the stuff that was going on, he didn't hit the refresh or to roll it over into another 20 days. When he went to go hit it, it had already expired. So his time was up. So he ended the campaign right then and there, which is freaking insane, especially when he didn't have it planned at all. He was definitely going to roll it over, and there was no doubt that this was a 200K campaign. I think he closed out at 187, if I'm not mistaken, and so he definitely left money on the table. I do believe, like, as soon as I heard that, because the thing is, I thought everything was still a go, so I posted up this morning on Twitter, still going strong. John Malin, go back, godlike. And then you guys were like, no, it got pulled. It's done. It's not going into another 30 days or whatever it was. And also John doesn't do in demand, so it didn't roll over into demand. It just ended. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it hurts, man. That had to have hurt, man. Also, there's the money left on the table, which, like I said, like as soon as I heard this, I was thinking he'll just do like a second chance campaign, and he can probably make it back, and he'll probably do better with the second chance, because there are people that were probably waiting for the second half of the campaign to either generate some funds or whatever. So he never was able to do that, but those people didn't get to back the book. So maybe they'll come in on a second chance. So maybe in 3 months or 4 months, 4 months, John will do a second chance, and he'll make up for that. But man, with all those stretch goals and things, he had plans. He had plans. So I know that hurt. And also just I'm kind of getting over this, but this was real hard to get over. Like, when we do these shows, we're live. This is live. So if I misspeak or if I do something, that's it, man. That's there for everybody to judge. And so there's this public humiliation aspect to these things. And so, yeah, John looked pretty bad, in front of however many people were there. And I'm talking about this not to make John look bad, because I mean, it was an honest mistake. These things happen, but holy shit balls, man. Leroy's just like, yeah, mistakes were made. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, crazy. So if you guys were waiting to back godlike, I'm pretty sure there'll be a second chance campaign, so you guys will be able to go in there and get your book. I mean, it's a gorgeous book, and it's a shame that there were probably people that were waiting for the second half, of the campaign. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are that are blaming Cecil. I guess, like, Cecil's been getting like diarrhea of the mouth, man. He's just been kind of monopolizing some of these streams, and he was kind of talking through a lot of that stuff. I think I remember Shane Davis saying like something about refresh your or go check your page or something like that. But I think he was the only one that kind of maybe semi tried to get John, to try to redirect him and to focus him. But that, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine that. So, like I said, I'm not taking any responsibility for this. I'm kind of glad that I had to get some sleep because I didn't get to witness that firsthand, because that would have been gut wrenching and just positively horrible. uh, uh, I don't know. Maybe that's true. I don't know. We got Lock It Up, Inc. Oh shoot! I saw my brother from another black and white comic book mother, Pedro Ang. What's up, my friend? Yeah, I'm trying to get Pedro Von Klaus and John or Joe Thunderbuns Fulton in maybe tomorrow for a live stream, and we'll talk about writing black and white and our experiences and just like the creativity behind like putting some of these comics together. Yeah, we knew what was going on. Blame Cecil, indeedy do. Wait a minute. I blame EVS for not being there. He was pretty dog tired too, man. I tried to help Ethan last night, where there was a lot of talking, and I don't think there was a lot of just looking at Ethan. And I saw him nodding off, and I was like, we should probably end this. I know we want to see this thing through, but I think Ethan's pretty damn tired. So yeah, I don't know. These things happen, but I don't blame Ethan. How can we blame Ethan? Too many long streams, too many days in a row. Yeah, Pete, I hear you, man. Pete 2E. Let me see. What is this? Bristolian Dave. Past Master Dan. Oh gosh, what the hell? John ran out of time. Left it way too late, unfortunately. Show off those beautiful layouts soon. Also, you guys, Joe Suntag and I are going to do a show later tonight on Joe's channel, and we're going to talk about the great Jim Lee, the artist. We're not going to get into anything else. We're just going to kind of celebrate the art, and so I think it'll be fun. Joe's a fan, and I'm sure he's got a lot of insight on Jim Lee's career. And then maybe I can throw some 2 cents in there. I don't know, how many stories. I don't even really know the man. I've never worked with Jim Lee. I don't know what's going on there. So I don't know what I'm going to bring to this whole conversation, but, I'll do my best. Past Master Dan says, shoot, can he relaunch? No. Or will he have to offer it later as a perk? I think what he'll do, I don't know for sure, but I think what John will do is he'll do a second chance campaign. And then maybe some of those stretch goals that he wasn't able to hit, he'll be able to hit and honor those. And then just kind of combine the 2 numbers, because also you guys, like I did Black and White volume 1. I did the original campaign. And then a few months later, after I closed it out, I did a second chance campaign. And so between the 2 campaigns, I did over 100K. So you guys in the chat, you gave me the go-ahead to claim that as a 6-figure young lady victory. So if John is able, I'm sure he will be able to generate enough that will get him to that 200K. Then he'll be able to claim it as a 200K victory. Although, the site, when you look at, Godlike, the original campaign, it won't be 200K. So those bragging rights won't be there, but the overall dollars, earned will be there. And as far as just being able to get all the backers, their book and stuff like that, that will be there. So it's not a perfect scenario, but in lieu of what happened, I think he can gain traction back. Oh man, we got D Geek Art in the house. Hail chat, how's everyone? Doing good, man. Hope you're doing good as well. Let me see. He can just launch another campaign with the variant. Yeah. Nah, he's going to change the name to Gooflike or Gooflike. That was awfully darn mean. We need to start a GoFundMe for John Malin. Oh wait, good to see Godlike backup. Did he already launch another campaign? Wow. Let me check. That is news to me. Let me see. It should be on his Twitter. There he is. Okay. I don't see another campaign. Yeah, I don't think he's launched another one yet. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm sure they made him feel really good. Johnny Rando, I would have backed him, but I haven't received. What is that? Oh, what is that? Graveyard Shift 3 yet? Oh, well. I think he's fulfilling that book now. Stephen, yeah, he agrees. It was 187 and a bit. I think it could have got to 250. Oh my gosh, that's like 60K left on the table. But I think a second chance will do it. He can do a second chance, so it's not all lost. Yeah, I completely agree. The campaign is back up now? I thought I checked it this morning. Let me see. I just looked at his site real quick. Oh, shit. How did he do that? He must have contacted. That's cool. Yeah, so he'll be able to continue his numbering. It says funding. It doesn't say closed. So let's share this. Let's see what's going on. Let's Columbo this together. So this looks like a live campaign to me. So flexible goal, it says 31 days left. So yeah. Wow, I wonder how the hell he did that. Yeah, he had to have contacted Indiegogo and said that he made a mistake. Because I think that's pretty permanent once you do what he did. Wow, that's great. That's great. So if you guys were thinking about backing Godlike, the Romulus saga, it's still up. So if anybody was saving money or whatever, just know that this campaign is still up for another 31 days. So that's good. That's good for John. Excellent. I'm so glad. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's back. That's great. I'm glad. Because then he'll get the victory of like 200K. Wolf's blood. He's the coach, of course. Oh, okay. Ethan also contacted Indiegogo this morning to try to get it back up. Well, whatever they did, it worked. I think if somebody had a lesser campaign, I don't think they would care. Tara Wombat says, now it's back. I want a refund. Why would you want that? That doesn't even make any sense. Indiegogo is Comicsgate land, baby. Yeah. So Darkside agrees. Just checked back. I guess Ethan pulled some strings. Sweet. It's good to have friends in high places, man. All right. All right. So we can move past that. So it was the worst of times. It was the best of times. And Philip, you were there, man. You're partial to blame. You should have stopped him. He didn't know what he was doing. He's just a kid. Yeah, it's the same campaign, Joe. We got some Phil fans in the house. I have mods, they're just not here. Actually, I thought that Elizabeth D Geek Art was a mod. I thought. I don't know. All right. Well, we're going to share another campaign once I catch up. EVS took 90% of the blame. I am a mod. Yes. So I don't know why they were like getting on the mod business. Send me a wrench, coach. I can't do it from StreamYards. One of these days I got to just stream from YouTube because I can do it directly through YouTube, but I can't through StreamYard. Let's see what a Cam says. Art told me a year ago he was going to make me a mod, but he decided to kick me to the curb. I would never kick anybody to the curb. If these things happen, it's just because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. You shouldn't drink an Indiegogo. Lesson learned, man. Do not do that. No one should ever drink on a live stream. Ever. And because I would never do something like that. I would never be that irresponsible to do something that crazy. All right, this is Black and White Volume 2, Man versus Machine. In a world where law and order is often blurred to gray, justice can only be ... black and white. So this has been up. When we posted it? We put it up live. Was it late Thursday? So Thursday. So there's Friday, full day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, full day. So 4 full days. We're on day 5. So we're at 38,621, 469 backers. We have 26 days left. So yeah, that's 4 days. Let's watch the video. Let me turn up my sound first because sometimes it's not loud enough. Let's do this. Doot, 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 doot. Justice can only be. Yes. There you go, man. This is a Black and White Man versus Machine. Here's the cover for the issue. This was colored by the brilliant Stefani Rene. Yeah, God, this thing came out so good. If I do say so myself, yeah, very, very proud of this. These characters, I've been, God, they've been in my head for 25 years now. So this was a story that had to be told. So let me read this right here. Oh, I got the pooch here. Hey, Arrow. I'll show you off later. You be good. You be good. Okay. Okay. So this is hello everyone. It's me here kicking off the much anticipated final or finale to the origin of Black and White. Wow, it feels like it feels great to be bringing this final volume to you once again. The success of this book rests entirely where it should belong, in the hands of the people who love the characters and adventures that is the comic book genre's legacy. Since the introductions have been made, let's jump into the meat of the campaign. So Black and White Volume 2, Man vs. Machine, they're back and badder than ever. So cool stuff here. This is 64 pages. I have a new writer on this book. This is Joe Fulton. I'll be working with and have been working with. We got a great story all lined up for you guys. Like I said earlier, I'd like to get Joe in and talk to him a little bit more about the story and the process. We got Priya Parai, who's back and ready for action. And we got a new letterer. We got Eric Weathers as letterer on this book. And so we got some cool variants. We got the Kenneth Racafort variant. I don't know how that happened. We have a cool new book. So this is a 22-page story. This is High Octane, the High Octane Adventure. This is done by Von Klaus, Monster MD fame, Pedro Eng, Comicsgate fame, brilliant animator working for Disney Pixar, I believe, maybe DreamWorks. And so he's going to do all the artwork for High Octane. This is his cover right here. Just so cool, man. Just so cool. You guys, I know you don't see the Black and White High Octane in the tier, but in checkout, you can pick up this book. I am going to add this as a tier later today. So that's one of the things I'm going to do and going to do, I should say. And but if you want to back now, you can add that to any of your orders in checkout. So here is the volume 1. The original volume 1 is completely sold out. So if you want to see how this epic story started, here you go. So this is volume 1, the second printing. So we have a new cover here. You guys said you wanted to use this artwork for a cover. I used this for the second chance. We did a retail poster. I've retail posted. Man, that's old school. We did a poster for it and a trading card. And you guys were saying it would make a great cover. So that's what we're doing here. So this is going to be the cover for the second printing. And so then we have the variant version. So the remastered, the one on the left, the Greg Capullo cover, that was only with the early bird specials and the exclusives. So those have been sold out, but we still have the variant version with the let me see here, with the Black and White Jam. So the Black and White Jam has the main cover for volume 2. It has a volume 1 with the new cover, the second printing. We have the Greg Capullo Virgin variant cover. We have the Kenneth Racafort cover. We have a trading card with this. The higher tiers all have trading cards, you guys. And then we have a special mini print. And then the High Octane Adventure. So all the books, with the exception of the original Capullo book, is in this jam. And the reason I couldn't make the original Capullo book part of this is because they're very limited. Yeah, I can't make these widely available because we wouldn't even be able to do 150 of these. So the reason this 150 exists is that's how many we have of the Greg Capullo Virgin variant. So we have 23 of those gone. So there's still room. There's still room for a backing. And so then, we have the stretch goals. We've already unlocked the stretch goal. I think we did that the first day. So that was very cool. So you guys will get a trading card, a special trading card, and you'll get the early bird trading card. So everybody will get the early bird trading card, not just the pre-launch signer-uppers, but everybody, because we kind of screwed up with MailChimp getting the notices out there. So Pamela said, let's just give everybody the card since it was our fault. These things happen, you guys, definitely. So we are closing in on the boom, baby. It's the Inko sticker. So we're going to use a D Geek Arts, a brilliantly designed Inco, and we're going to turn it into a sticker. So that's going to be very, very cool. So that's at 40K. 50K, we're going to upgrade not just the main book, but all the covers. So all the covers on the campaign are going to be upgraded. And then at 55, we're going to upgrade the paper stock, and that's going to be all the books as well. And then at 60, we're going to do another patch. So we did 2 patches in the original campaign, and we are going to do a new one, which will be the Phoenix World Rises patch. And Phoenix World, they're the bad guys. So I already have a design all made up. I just got to give it to a graphic designer so we can turn that into an embroidered patch. That is going to be killer. So if you guys have been back in the black and white stuff, you will have total 3 patches for both campaigns. So the 65 goes into this episode. This is a PDF of Joe Fulton and my story, the written story, with that will be the plot breakdown and basic dialogue. And then my artwork, the story breakdowns. So the visual breakdowns of the pages as well. And that's going to be very cool. And that's at 65K. That's absolutely free, you guys. Most people charge for these behind the scenes stuff, but we're going to let it go. We're going to let them go for 65K. If we can get there, hopefully we can get there for the campaign. So I got a shirt, a rag, and the dog is playing tug of war with me. So at 75K, this is going to be really cool too. We're going to do the epilogue. So 4 pages added to the story. Reed and Whitney, let's get this bad boy unlocked. So this is going to be kind of a fun wrap up to the story, and then it's going to lead into the next story arc. So it's going to be a nice kind of buffer between the 2 storylines. And then 80K, we got ideas, 90K and 100K. If we're fortunate enough to get to that point, some people have projected that we will get to that point. That would be completely amazing if we could. So, and the only way we're going to be able to do that is getting the word out there, you guys. So if you could, if you've already backed, get the word out. And if you haven't backed, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So I like the line art. I have to say, I almost like the line art more than the actual colors. I just think this thing came out really, really good. So I'm really happy with this cover. I hope you guys like it too. So let's go up and hit refresh, see where we're at. So we're at 469 backers. 469 backers, and we're at 38. So we're really closing in on that 39K. So that would be fantastic if we could get there by day's end. So we're a little over 370, whatever, 4, is that it? Away from 39K. Wow, that is incredible. So yeah, there's a lot of tiers to choose from, you guys. Like I said, there's add-ons that we now have. So when you click on this, get the perk, it will take you to this add-on section. So we have all the books as add-ons. So we have the main book, we have the Racafort book, we have this second printing, and we have the High Octane Adventures there for you. So very cool. So let's get into some of these layouts. Let me stop sharing, come back, see what you guys are up to. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did a Lilith for the Graveyard Shift. I think it was a pinup or it was in the swimsuit. I don't remember what John used it for, but that was a lot of fun, man. John does some cool stuff. Possibly. He hasn't asked me yet, but I have a feeling it will happen. Hey, Arrow Inco. Yeah, I think I wore him out. Yeah, he's over there being good now. He's getting there. When we got him, he was actually 2 weeks younger than we thought. So he was really, really young. I think he was 6 weeks old. So he was just a baby, as they say. That whole thing is just, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. The leadership in this country is not good. That promo video gives me a headache. Well, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I actually like it. I think it came out cool. I love my Virgin Grey Capullo cover. Cool, cool. Yeah, sometimes those are cool. Those are great because they don't have the logo and all the type and everything. So that's pretty neat. Let's see what Comics Legend says. Hey, Art, did Grey Capullo ever get a copy of the black and white variant? To be honest, Milk Teeth hurt. I don't know if you can see this, but my palm, you can see it around. Actually, it's around the other way. It's around this way. That's a bruise. Yeah, he went in, sunk his teeth in here, and he must have just hit something and bruised all the way around my palm. Yeah, those teeth are like little needles. Aloha, Arrow Inco. If he starts acting up and comes over here, I'll hold him up and he'll make an appearance. Backed thrice. Thank you so much, man. Layouts. All right, you guys are yelling for layouts. Yeah, that Lilith looked great. Looked great. All right. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, do a sexy white pinup. Yeah, not good. Let me see. Andy showed a black and white sketch he did. Yeah. I talked to him. I went on his show yesterday, and he's talking about Andy Smith. By the way, go back. First Man, Volume 2. That book looks great, and Andy's really good. He's a really, really good talent, man. And you guys could just back that book, and he fulfills, man. So you're going to get a good book, and you're going to get it on time. Wait, Hyper Kaiju says black and white sketch Andy did was dope. I'm going to ink it up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but it'll be fun. I'll probably do it on a live stream. I'll ink it up on a live stream. That'll be fun. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Let's get into doing some layout, Sharon. Oh, like I said, I really dig this. And sometimes, like on those, like when you post these, and on the Indiegogo site, you can't really see all the detail. So I just wanted to brag on this. I'm really happy with the way this thing came out, man. Yeah, I think it really captures the flavor of black and white as well. So there's the two crazy kids. So we have all our bad guys in the top here. So one of the things we play with the story is it's called the Phoenix World Alliance, and that's the corporation that builds robots and high-tech gizmos. And so this is JC, and he runs that corporation. And so one of the things that we play with is like a dual identity. So he's Jake Chang, aka JC. So he was kind of born again in a fire. So that's where the whole Phoenix World thing happens. And so if you didn't get issue 1 of black and white, it's the setup is all in there. We're going to get more into the detail in volume 2, but all the setup is there in volume 1. Kind of the dual identity stuff, what his connection is to Whitney Sung and her family and all that. So then we have one of the mechs over off to the one side, and then we have JC's goons on the side. We have Kenge and Ving. Those guys are bad. You don't want to mess with them. And so then we have black ready for action, and we have white here. God, I think this is so cool. I'm sorry, you guys. And then we have Brooks Gray here with an EMP launcher. So you guys can get to see that weapon in action in the issue, and hopefully take down some robots. We'll see how well that gun works. And so then we have Uncle Yi here, and Uncle Yi is not really what you would call an action guy. Like he's really kind of a laid back dude. He's a business guy. He makes a good brew, and but he's not really an aggressive dude. So in the story here, for him to kind of arm himself and to get into action, things are pretty out of control. So I thought it would be funny to put Uncle Yi here on the cover, with the baseball bat. So so there's some fire in the background. There's some tech here. So I think we kind of got into the whole theme of the Phoenix, rising, the high tech, man versus machine, all that stuff. So I think the cover did its job, definitely. So let me click out of that. And so here we go. Here's the layouts, you guys. So you wanted me to show off some artwork. Like I said, I'm going to do this in steps. I'm going to whet your appetite with some layouts, some story breakdowns, things like that. And then we're going to get into, oh gosh, I'm sorry. Full on pages. So there's going to be some epic battles here. So this is Whitney Sung, aka White, using her staff, and she's taking on one of these mechs here. So I don't know if you guys are like me. I love behind the scenes stuff. I like work in progress stuff. So then we cut inside. We see JC inside the mech. He's not having a good time there. A little discomfort. And so Whitney is twisting the screws, as they say here, with her staff. She'll probably be saying something like, "Die, you son of a bitch, die." No, it'll be better than that. And so then here she's giving another whack. So then Reed Blackett, aka Black, comes in the scene. He knows that shit's gonna hit the fan. He knows that she's in trouble. Usually when she gets out of control, that's an early warning sign that something bad's gonna happen. She never sticks to the plan. There's always a plan that Reed lays out, and it just doesn't work out. So we get to see, we close in on JC, and we see like she's actually getting to him. She could possibly kill him at this point. And so then Reed's got a backup. So the thing is, hand right there, it's not really drawn in any kind of detail, but that's going to be a magnetic bomb on a timer. And so, or on a detonator. And so as he's arming that, she's getting whacked off from something off panel. So you see the staff still stabbed into JC. You see the power from the staff kind of penetrating the metallic skin. I think this layout is really cool. Yeah, so I'm real happy with the way the story's coming out between Joe and I. And usually when we plot out this stuff, I go right into layout phase because I'm really, I got the energy to do it and I'm excited about it. So here's another page. It doesn't have as much detail, but this is Black. He's got an idea, and they're still trying to take this mech down, which is not easy. This thing is massive and it's pretty much indestructible. If you read the first issue, these mechs have force fields. They're practically impenetrable. So we're going to see if Reed and Whitney are able to penetrate that shield or not and do any real damage. So this is kind of leading up to that. So I don't want to give away too much, but like I said, there's going to be some spoiler here. So here is page 49. So I'm jumping all over the place throughout the issue. So actually, this ties into the detonator. So Reed is doing his curveball, fastball, whatever. He's throwing the detonator. The second panel, we see it, an inset. It's connecting to the mech. And then here you see JC and the mech standing up in the background. So this is like the oh shit moment. And up here in the, I guess it's the upper left corner, that little circle, that's the bomb, the magnetic bomb. So Whitney's like, she's turning, because if you see in panel 1, these robots are surrounding them, and they're the ones that shot her off that robot. Wow, I'm giving away too much. Okay, anyway, she sees what's behind her. We see these robots that have surrounded them, and then the next panel is pretty much an oh shit moment. Like, how are they going to get out of this one? So this is just, good, clean action adventure. Let's see what we have here. I think I'm just going to show you guys these things instead of explaining, because there is some spoiler stuff here, but I mostly just wanted to show you how much of this book is done, without showing you actual pages. So the whole book is laid out on this level. Some of the pages that I'm going to show you, you'll see that they're more detailed than others, but pretty much the storytelling, the angles, the camera angles, the compositions and stuff are all there. So I really like the way this last panel, the layout came out. So I usually just do, maybe 2 or 3 pages of layouts at a time, or I'll do an entire scene, whether it's 2 pages or 4 pages of a scene. I'll lay out all at one time, and then I'll draw those out, ink them, and then send them off to the colorist. But what I want to do this time, just to have kind of continuity of thought, I want to stay in the same mode. So I want to stay in the same kind of frame of mind. So I'm still in storytelling mode at this point. So let's go over here. So this is one of those pages that has more detail. I haven't put this on a template yet. So yeah, this is an early page. I haven't quite cleaned it up either. You can see still some of the pencil there, but I thought this would be fun for you guys to see. And these are really thumbnails. These are really small. So if you could imagine an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, just normal paper, and then I fold it in half, so I get 2 layout sides. So each one of these is the size of half of a page. And the reason I do both on one page is so I can see how they open up to each other. So one of the things about storytelling is you can see 2 pages at one time when you're turning, the book. Other than the first and last page, the first page you don't see another page, and then the last page you don't see an accompanying page. But all the other pages are pretty much 2 at one time. So when you lay these and you do your storytelling, you want to make sure that the pages work together, and that you're not revealing too much, that you want to have some kind of page turner. So this is Whitney's song. And one thing, if you guys remember from the first issue, these suits, they enable them with super strength. So I want to do a lot more. I couldn't do too much with volume 1, because it was more or less trying to get them together as a team, and then arm them and then get their super suits on. So then this one, where Joe and I are going to be able to really get into the full usage of the suits and their abilities. So then you can obviously see this person. I'm not going to say anything, but if you read the original 94 story, you kind of know what this is. So this story actually really loosely follows issue 3 of the original 94 3 issues. Yeah. So if you guys remember, you'll probably know what this is in reference to. So this person gets a drop on them, and then Whitney's kind of like, well, what am I going to do? How do I fight this this kind of thing. And this isn't a villain. This is a police officer. So also just keep in mind, this is from the future. So that's why they all have this high-tech stuff. And yes, this is a little RoboCop. I kind of was looking at some RoboCop stuff. So the suit is a little RoboCop in design, but there's enough originality to it that it's not exactly RoboCop. So let's see what else we got here. This is the template I put the pages on. So here is an early page too. So like I said, some of the pages have more detail to them. So it just depends on like how quickly it's coming, how good I feel about the page. And like sometimes I just feel like doing more. So this is one of those pages. So you can see sometimes in the margins on the side, I'll try to work out poses and situations. So this little pose of Whitney on the side, that was used in panel 1. So I had a different pose for panel 1. And so then I kind of worked it out on the side here. And then I just erased the old one and put the new one in. So yeah, I got this Hack Shack Studios kind of layout paper that for the most part I use. Some of those that you saw I wasn't using, but I found this late in the process. So I'm using this now. So it's all scaled up to, or scaled down, I should say, to 11 by 17. And so I have it pre-printed on a single piece of paper. So there's like two sides or two page layouts or templates, I should say, on the 8.5 by 11. So yeah, this is fun stuff. I don't really like to draw the finished part. This is the stuff I like the most. Is just sketching and drawing, and just I like also just bringing in marker because if you've noticed, all these layouts are inked. So I think that's just kind of the completionist in me that likes to just see it all the way through. So if I have rendering ideas or different ideas, like if I have a marker and it feels good, then I'll just throw some basic hatching in there. And then also some lights and darks just to try to figure things out. But I think what I'm going to do is those ones you saw earlier that were looser than this, not as much detail, I think I'm going to bring those in and then kind of put more detail into them, like work out the details a little bit more and then kind of bring them to this level. And then from this level here, because you can see the hand isn't drawn in, some stuff is just structured in, I'll take it and then I'll either blue line it or I'll just completely light box it on 11 by 17 board. So that's kind of like, work in progress, behind the scenes stuff. Let's see what else I have here. So here's a little, like I said, this is kind of a hybrid between the page I just showed you and the looser stuff. So you can see also just like the little doodles in the margin that I do sometimes to try to work out some ideas. And mostly I just want to get them down on paper. So even if they're like little scribbles, excuse me. So this is a double page spread here. And so then we have this page here. So yeah, this doesn't have, like that one page doesn't have a lot of rendering in it, but you can see that there's some pencil here. So there's kind of ideas at play here, how to finish it out, where to put the blacks and things like that. So yeah, this is Reed and Whitney, Reed or Black and White, and they're on top of these shipping crates. So that's why they're elevated. And then there's Brooks Gray, and he's back to back with Uncle Yi. So I got to put a bat in Uncle Yi's hand here. And then Brooks Gray here is using the EMP. So you can see like there's a body count over here with bots just kind of laying down. You can see over here there's the bot that Gray is blasting. I like that stuff where you can kind of, if you track it, like through the composition, through the figures and everything, you can see like the end result. I always like these this big old like badass, action shots where there's a bunch of stuff going, and that you can follow some of the action through other action. I just think it's really cool. So then there's Reed just kind of like blasting this robot's face off, and he's got like two shots into the torso, and then like the shot into the head, and then I'm thinking that he's going for his next target after that. So if you can see, there's kind of a trail like pop, 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 and then he's going on to the next. So yeah. Oh shoot, I didn't realize there's written stuff here. I hope I spelled everything right. There's no major giveaways here, but yeah, you can also see like sometimes you can see these little chicken scratches off to. Let me see if I can. Let me do this. I can show them all to you and then blow it up. Sometimes I get an idea for a whole complete action scene. Like this is 4 pages. So I want to make sure that they all kind of work. So I'll just throw down like these little thumbnails really quickly and just kind of block it out and see if it works for me without spending a lot of time on it. So yeah, I hope you guys thought this was cool. It's just, I love stuff like this where you can see behind the scenes stuff and the process and maybe like the thought work that goes behind some of this. Yes. So let's go back. Let's go back in time. So yeah, what else I'm going to do? Time is not. I was thinking time's getting away from me, but it is not. I'm actually keeping pace with my my plotted out day. So yeah, what I'm going to do is those layouts that I was showing you guys, I am going to put those in as a tier. So I know that as a stretch goal, you guys are all going to, if we can hit that stretch goal, hopefully we hit that stretch goal, you guys will get all the layouts, the whole issue's worth of layouts. So the stuff that I showed you there, you guys will get. And that's absolutely free just for helping get us to that stretch goal. But what I'm going to do, and I did this during volume 1, and I think I did some of this stuff in Chrono as well, and you guys really responded well to it, is offer some of these work in progress drawings. Offer them as a backer tier. So yeah, this is kind of the size. Oh man, you can't see it, but let me. This is like one side. So this is one side. You can't really tell because there's too much light. But these are what I'm going to offer as a backer tier. So the artwork that I just showed you, but the stuff I showed you earlier, and then the page I just showed you is the size. So you get to see the detail and the size. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a graphic together, and I'm going to put like maybe 4 of them together and put those in the main page so you can see what, kind of what you're getting. Because I can't say here's page 1, here's page 2, here's page 3. So it's just going to be kind of like whatever you back, and whatever we have available, that's going to be put into your order. And we're going to have it as an add-on too. So if you guys want to add that to your order, you can. So the good thing about the half sheets like this is they fit in the Gemini mailer. So we'll probably, I don't know if they'll fit. Oh, they will fit. They'll fit in one of the plastic bags. So we'll probably put it in one of the plastic with a backing board so it doesn't get damaged. And we'll ship these off. And then you'll have like a little memento, and they won't be that expensive. So they're going to be relatively inexpensive, but you'll have a little original artwork to remember the story by. And also, like I said, if we can get to that stretch goal, then you can kind of see how it fits in to Joe and I's story, our written story. And then you can kind of see how it, once you get the book, you can see how the finished look happened, your what the finished look is like. So that's kind of the idea behind that. So let's see what you guys are talking about. Did art get louder all of a sudden? Somebody has told me that for some reason this stupid mic kind of goes in and out. I'm not that technically savvy, but somebody said that that's what's happening. I'll stay close to the mic. Yeah. Okay, so I think, let's see. Joe says, Art, are you going to make a stretch goal a collection of your layouts? That is a stretch goal right now. So I'll go over it again just because there's a lot of detail to this idea. But as a stretch goal, if we hit it, you'll get Joe Fulton and my story breakdown. So the written script, you'll get that. And so that you'll get all 64 pages and the epilogue, because we should, know at that point if we're going to, be able to have the epilogue, if we can get to that stretch goal. So it should be like 64, 68 pages. And then you'll have all those pages in layout form as well. So those story breakdowns that I showed you, you'll get those as well. And you'll get every one of those pages, but you'll get those as a PDF. So you'll get those as a PDF file that will be sent to you. You won't get hard copies of those things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up today, I'm going to make available the original artwork. So then you can, if you back the tier or the add-on, you'll be able to get some of the layouts, the story layouts. So that's the idea there. So I hope that worked out. You can see the love that went into that cover. Amazing job. Yeah. God, I love these guys. I would love just to draw these characters till I can't draw anymore. These guys and the Chrono crew. Comics Legend says, if black and white was a flavor, what would it be? It wouldn't be pralines and dick, that's for sure. That is a Wayne's World joke. I don't know what flavor they would be. Kevin says cheese and onion. It would probably be something sweet and then something really saucy. Something like some kind of really sweet candy and then something really, really bitter. Like an onion. Yeah. Well, there is sweet cheese. That kind of does work. Oh, two more at the bottom. Look at those 7 people. 2 more at the bottom. Look at those. Not sure. I borrow ideas says just tell us the ending. No, I will not. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been told that, but I think it's just sometimes I want to work out as many of the details in layout form as possible. So then when I go to the actual board to do the finished drawing, I don't have to make a lot of decisions, so there's not a lot of erasing on the board. So all that's done, in the layout form. My kids could break it. My kids could break what? My layouts are not that clean. Doesn't matter, Pedro. The end result when you draw are freaking stunning. Oh, cool. I'm glad. I need that page turner. Hell yeah. Yeah, there's gonna be some killer splashes. There's 2 double page and probably four or so full page splashes. Let's see. The layout of the panels is superb. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I love the Lord of the Rings DVD, and I remember one of my favorites is Blade Runner. They did this like killer like multi-disc Blu-ray set, and it has just about every behind the scene um, thing you could want, and it gets into crazy detail. And yeah, I dig that stuff, man. I really do. Vilnid says, I blame Art for being the only adult in the room and leaving Malin and Cecil alone to their own devices. Hashtag blame Art. Uh, no, I say, well, yeah, maybe. maybe. Maybe I'll accept, let's see, licorice and cinnamon. Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think like there's vanilla, but that's not bitter. Licorice is kind of bitey. Cinnamon is cinnamon's only sweet if you put sugar in it, though, right? Cinnamon isn't naturally sweet. Um, chocolate and mustard. No, Eric the Guapo. No, not even close. Shane Davis reference. I'm not sure what that's in. Not I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Uh, What if we paid you $5? Oh, you know what? Speaking of $5, I think there was a super chat. Oh shit, I suck. Let me see. Hopefully, I can find it. I saw it before we went. I went on a detour. Uh I am so sorry. It cuts me off. I can only go back so far. So if indeed there was a super chat, um, if you could just remind me and then I'll read it. Just kind of write it up again. Say it's a super chat, but don't send me any cash, please. And I'll read that for you. I apologize if indeed I missed it. Let's see. I went too far back. Okay. Let me see. Oh my gosh. I apologize. Yeah, but yeah. So once again, if I missed your super chat, I do apologize. And if you're still in the chat, um, send it again. I'm not sure if that's what this is, but probably not. I think Jeff just wants an easy resolve. It's getting better. We're getting warmer, warmer. Art, when are we getting black and white minifigures? I don't know. Ethan has been talking about like those muscles figures or like army men. That could be very very cool. But I don't know. I want to do black and white busts, um, but I just the shipping is so expensive, and I think we gotta kind of walk before we run. So, before we get into too much, I'd like to get the comic books in a good place, get a good fan following, and then move on from there. And I do believe too, if I was going to do a figure or busts or something like that, I think I would do them as their own campaign. Um, so I know that for sure. And I would probably make the comic books part of the campaign, but the main campaign would be the either the bus or the action figure. I think action figures are more than likely out of the question. They are very expensive to tool, you guys. There's so many moving parts. What Ethan is doing is nothing short of incredible. Very very expensive. I have a friend, a really good friend. He works for a Taiwanese toy corporate company, and he designs packaging and some of the toys. And I've talked to him about like possibly in the day doing Chrono Mechanics toys. And he said, man, we could, but it would really, really be expensive because of, all the points of articulation, all the sculpts, the molds, every part is a different mold. They all have to fit together flawlessly. It's a lot of work. So what Ethan is doing is monumental, you guys. And if you haven't backed his action figure, his Cyberfrog action figure, I think he's counting that thing down. Go back one of those tiers, man. The toys are going to look incredible. I'm all about the paint, so I don't really play with the action figures. I'll display them if they're really cool looking. If you can get them in a good action pose, but if they're painted really well, I'm all for it. And these things look incredible. I don't really buy I don't have a lot of action figures, but the ones I do are pretty high end. They're really well done. Outsource it to EVS. Yeah, I mean, if the money's there, you can use the same companies. He doesn't have an exclusive. But the thing is, you just have to have money. There has to be the money there to do it because it is really, really expensive. I say it all the time, like the creative process is my imagination is huge. Like I can think of all kinds of stuff, but then the reality of it is it takes money. So the only way you can make these things happen is financing. So usually, I like to use Walt Disney and Roy Disney. Like they were the best combination because you had a guy that could secure financing, and then you had a dreamer. And Walt wasn't just the guy that came up with the ideas. He was also very realistic. So when Roy would come to him, he'd say, we can't get the funding for this, or we can't get the funding for that. Like in the case of Disneyland, Walt went to ABC and sold them a show. And then it was an hour show. The first half of the show was pretty much entertainment. It was new entertainment that the Disney company would make for ABC, and ABC would pay for it. And then the second half would be he would sell Disneyland. So he would show developmental stuff, things like that for Disneyland. And that's why I like this stuff, because that's kind of what I did just now with the layout. So we can show you, we can show you how things are developing, be very transparent with the evolution of these things. So you as the backer, you as the investor, you as the production end of it, you can be part of the process. So you can feel like, not just feel that you would be part of the process, and you guys are. So I think it's fantastic. I was on, who was it? I think it was Patrick Parnell's show with Eric Canetti. And we were talking about this stuff, and that, like old wisdom, like doing fundraising would be have the book done or close to getting done before you start your campaign, because that way you could fulfill quicker. So that used to be kind of the business model. And that's one business model. And neither one of these are right or wrong. It's just a different approach. But what happens, like for most people, is that time or money equates time equates money. So it's hard to take that kind of time off to draw a book basically for free. So you're financing it yourself in hopes that then you can fund that and then make that money back for the investment that you put into it up front. So that's one way of looking at it. The other way is to secure the funds first, and then with those funds, it will allow you basically to pay yourself to draw the book or to write the book. And so that's kind of the difference. So the way Comicsgate does things is we secure the funds first, and then that allows us the time to then create the book. And so that's a newer business model for crowdfunding. And like I said, neither one of them's right or wrong. It's just however you want to do your campaign. And also it's like how your backers feel about it. So if your backers aren't real cool with, waiting for the book, then they don't have to back it. But if they want the book quicker, then they back those campaigns. But I think you're going to see less and less campaigns that the book is done or really, really close to getting done, because most people just don't have that kind of time, because we all have mortgages, we have families, we have things like that, we have bills that need to be paid. So it makes it easier to do those things. So we have a Sugar Chris. What's up, brother? Okay. Let's see what Eric the Guapo says. I am not an action figure collector. It takes up way too much space. Minifigures, on the other hand, can get set up almost anywhere. Figures. Yeah. Also, the thing is, they're dust collectors, man. Like, they just collect dust. So what I like to do is, if I get something that's really cool, I'll get like a small case for it, because the case is easier to clean than the action figure. But if you collect a lot of action figures, you just really can't have cases for them, because you'd have a million cases and it would probably look stupid on your shelf. Yeah, Lady, wait. Whoa, there was a delay there. Lady Dread Pirate says, Eric the Guapo, same here. I have to really, really like it, or else, Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, dust collectors. Yeah. Yeah, I like this idea. So Eric Huffles makes the muscle figures and does a great job. Look at Patrick Parnell. You know what? I might hit him up. That would be. It depends on how much they are. I still have 3 stretch goals that are higher tier stretch goals. So maybe we could do those. The little muscle figures. That could be really cool. And because I think they're just single. No, they're like 2 molds. So there's just like a double mold, and then they just come apart. And I think those are a lot less expensive to make. Yeah, I'm gonna check in with Eric and see what he says. Yeah, maybe we could do something like that. I am the only guy that dusts every week. There are sometimes I do, and there are, like, when I get really busy. Yeah, that's the first thing that goes. That's why we have glass cabinets. Yeah, I try to keep things in cabinets and stuff just for dust. But everything I have here is glass. Like, this is all glass. So yeah, there's a lot of high maintenance stuff in this office. Todd's True says, Hell Art, I'm looking forward to Black and White 2. Killer. I'm going to start wrapping this up. I told myself 3:00. I like getting action figures when I have money, but we'll pick something up every once in a while. Yeah, like Cyberfrog or Spawn. Yeah, if they're really, really good, you have to, right? You have to get in there. You guys are really into this, the muscle figures. I really want those muscle figures. You guys send this stuff to Ethan. Like, I think that bag of action figures, like the old GI, what were there, the Army Men kind of thing. I think that's a great idea. I think it would be so much fun, as long as everybody can be cool. Because, see, that's the problem. And Ethan's just beat up. Is that if somebody gets excluded from it, then people get all pissed off and things like that. So I think everybody needs to be realistic and chill out. And, if Ethan's going to do it, he's going to do it. It's just kind of icing on the cake. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. So if you want muscle figures, then go figure out how to make them yourself. You know what I mean? But we can't rely on one person. Like John says, grab an oar and row. Like we all have to kind of build this thing together, and it's stronger that way because maybe one of us can open a door and then others can go through, and then somebody else can open a door and then more can go through in all these different directions. And I think that's what's really exciting about this as well. But yeah, I think that would be killer to actually just do a CG type of campaign, like our own, campaign, like Comicsgate's muscle action figures or whatever it is it's going to be called. Yeah, I think it would be killer. Yeah, I kind of dig Dinoramas too. I think I ended up buying the no, I think McFarlane. It was either McFarlane or J. Scott Campbell sent them to me. The Danger Girl, and I think they were McFarlane toys. The Danger Girl toys or action figures, and they had like little dinoramas. That was very, very cool, man. Yeah, I dig that stuff. Because I'm an old like model builder, so I remember the old Aurora like superhero stuff. Actually, hold on for a sec. I have like one here. Somebody got this. I think it was one of the guys that used to work at Hack Shack Studios. He saw this and he bought it for me. And they used to have these action like model kits. And so here on the side, you can see it all kind of made up. And so it's got a little base for it. And Batman's hanging from a tree. It's pretty cool. And then you can see like a Superman, Batman, Robin one. And they all have like these dinoramas, like these backgrounds. You can turn them around and you can see the backs and everything. I guess all of them but Robin. Robin's is a wall, but the Superman one you can turn around so you can see, his torso. I think it's kind of airborne and he's going through the wall. It's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I dig that. I dig that stuff from when I was a kid. And I still really like it. Oh my gosh. Any of the Chrono characters would be so ideal for it. And like you can see the Doug as a mechanic statue in the back there. It's about 2.5 feet tall. It's really big. And a friend told me that you can scale it down somehow. I think they can do like a scan of it, and then they can scale it down, and you could actually make statues and stuff from there. But I think I'm going to need, to get these things down, be able to get these campaigns going, quicker and faster and easier, and then also bring up the funds because it all costs money. That's the horrible part about all this stuff is like your imagination is huge, but it's always going to be limited by a reality there, and the reality is usually money. Leg Kick One says it would be really cool to make a card with power levels. Yeah, that would be compatible with an RPG system. Since many CG folk play role-playing games, then it can match the figure. Oh shit! Yeah, they could work in conjunction with each other. Leg Kick says, I was talking to Aaron Lepresti about muscle figures, Archie Bear. It would be fun. Yeah, I think most of us are in favor of it, but also the problem is like if it was Aaron and me, we're not doing a lot of heavy lifting. So it's still going to rely on somebody else to make it happen. So, we can do as much as possible, with maybe helping out with labels, selling the campaign, marketing the campaign, those things. But as far as building things, it's going to take somebody else. Yeah, people are going to be pissy regardless, and we will see who it is, and their brand will suffer. Yeah, I mean, build it yourself, you guys. I'm sorry. It sounds like, oh, well, you're this guy, and you already have a built-in following and all this other stuff. But, man, look at Patrick Parnell. That guy's pretty much building something from nothing. Look at Mandy Summers and Peter Gilmore. Those guys are building stuff. Look at Philip Diaz and his brother Brandon. Those guys are building stuff up from the ground, from ground up. So some people go, oh, well, it's easy for you because you're this mainstream guy. In ways it is, but in other ways it's not. I think for every, like the grass is always greener, kind of idea. And sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but there's give and take on everything. So Hyper Kaiju says, yeah, that's what this was. That Batman was an old Aurora model kit. There's a great documentary on Aurora model kits, a Revell, and is it Monogram or something like that? And yeah, I dig that stuff. Yeah, kids used to actually make models. I think what's kind of taken its place is some of these Lego kits, because they're not like Legos from like when I was a kid where they didn't have like, you just made stuff out of your imagination. Now it's kind of like, oh, it's a TIE fighter, or it's it's something like that you actually have a kit and you build it like a model and then you display it like you would a model kit. So I think like those Lego kits have taken the place of like building, like we used to build hot rod cars and fighter planes. I used to love, like, I like ships, but not like modern day ships. I like the old like clipper ships and things that had sails. I forgot what they're called now. AMC. Yeah, and Clint Stoker just building stuff up from nothing. Yeah, there are people that you can look at, you guys, and use that as a business model. Let's see what Eric says. Everyone that has following earned it. All of you guys put in so much time building your channels, not to mention the centuries of experience you have, Art. You have earned your following. Thank you, Eric, man. I appreciate it. Sometimes I feel like I just started, especially now with YouTube and all this technology. I feel like every day I'm learning something new, how all this technology works. So my buddy Comic Bob says there are pros whose indie projects don't come close to newcomer CG projects. Yes, indeed. "3D printers are the new trend." I have a friend that has a pretty kick-ass 3D printer, but I need to get him some kind of 3D specs so he could print. So I could do that, but those 3D printers are also pretty slow. Yeah. We talked a little bit about this on Pontificators. So if you don't know, Bob is part of the Pontificators show. He also has his own YouTube channel. So go there, subscribe to Comic Book Bob. Comic Book Bob is badass. He is badass. And he knows this industry forward and backwards. And yeah, that was really sad to see that Ed Bennis barely broke 35K. And within 4 days, Black and White, has exceeded that. And actually, within a couple, maybe a day, Black and White, will be at 40K. So yeah. And trust me, man, I don't take that stuff lightly. I know how kick-ass CG is and how, once in a lifetime this situation is that we find ourselves in. Let me see. Adam says, too slow for production, but good fun, especially if you like cleaning up resin. Yeah, I think there's like sometimes there's like this stacking, right? That so there isn't like a seam from like molds, but there is kind of sometimes. God, speak, Art. There is stacking issues sometimes. All right. Well, let's go back. Let's end this the way we started, with a killer campaign. That's just a few days into it. And this is Black and White. Black and White 2, Man versus Machine. We are at 38,621. We are a stone's throw away from 39. So hopefully we can reach that by day's end. If we can, that would be killer because it would be great to start tomorrow, start moving towards that 40K. Holy shit, guys, 40K. That is amazing. This is 469 backers. That number is what I really like because that means that there's going to be 469 people that are going to get some black and white storytelling, which makes me very, very happy. So yeah, one of the things is I did want to go over some of the tiers. So the featured tier is black and white, the main book, black and white, volume 1 with the second printing cover, the new cover, and the high octane animated adventures by Von Klaus and Pedro Eng. And then with these higher tiers, we have trading card. We have a trading card involved. So then the next one down, we have Black and White 2. So this is the book. This is the main book for this campaign. And we have 120 of these claimed already. So that is killer, man. And so this is the book itself. Keep in mind, all these books come signed by myself. Volume 1 comes signed by Pamela T. Bear. So if anything has to do with volume 1, like the Greg Capullo book, or the like this one, the Second Chance, or the second printing, I should say, this comes signed by Pamela as well. And so this is volume 1. So you guys wanted volume 1, so you could kind of read the whole story, see what it's all about. So we got that, and then we have the Kenneth Rocafort cover. And this is the volume 2 as well with the variant cover. And so then we have the twofer, we have the combos now. So this is Black and White, the main book, with the variant Rocafort cover. And so once again, those books will come signed by myself, and most likely these will all be in Gemini mailers. I think we have a case of those in storage. We're probably going to have to get more, but I think we've had good success with them. So most likely they will be all the Gemini mailers. And so this is a pretty cool deal here. This is the main book, the Rocafort variant, and the High Octane Adventures. So this one is all 3 of the books. They will come signed, like I said, and this one comes with that same trading card. So this one has the trading card as well. And then this one, this is the jam. This is everything plus the trading card and a mini print. So this will be a special mini print just for this tier, an exclusive, if you will. And when I mean everything, this will not have the black and white Greg Capullo original cover, because we're pretty much sold out of those, you guys. So we had those in the early birds and the exclusives, but we sold out of all of those. So the only one we really have available is the Virgin variant. So that's the Greg Capullo Virgin variant, which will be in this tier. And that's why this is limited as well, because after 150, I think we're pretty much sold out. And this is the 2 covers right here. So there you go. We've hit one of the stretch goals already, and we are closing in at the 40K Boom Baby Inco sticker. So we are like 1,100, a little over 1,100 away from that next stretch goal, which would be killer indeed. That would be badass to get to that point. So thank you guys very much for supporting this campaign, for backing. If you could, this is all guerrilla marketing. So if you could tweet this out, share it on your social media, everything, every little bit helps. So let's go back. Wow, man, too much light. This camera is really weird. If you don't want the trading card, well, I'm going to send it to you anyway. I'm going to send, if you back the tier with the trading card, you're going to get it regardless. And you will get that stretch goal trading card, and you will get the pre-launch trading card. So sorry, Eric, you're going to get 3 trading cards, whether you want them or not. So Bob says, you'll take the trading card and you'll like it, little mister. Yes, indeed. So you guys, yes. This is a good note to go out on. CG is freedom. Yes, CG is freedom, you guys. And like I said, I do not take this moment in time lightly. CG is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You guys are showing this channel, this old man, and my project so much attention and love. I never thought this far into my career that this would happen. So I thank you so very much for everything that you have given, quite frankly. And I feel bad always asking for more, but that's the only way we can get these things funded, and that's the only way we can move forward. So yes, please back this book. The link is in the description. And if you could share this out on your social media, I would greatly appreciate it. So before I leave, I am going to be on Joe Sontag's show. He says 10 Eastern time. I believe that's the time we are going to go live. And we are going to cover Jim Lee's career. So that should be a lot of fun. And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about Black and White. Joe, I feel bad that I haven't hung out with him earlier. Just one of the coolest guys in CG, and he's a damn rocker. So he's cut out of the same cloth as I am. So very, very cool. You guys enjoy. I'll see you later tonight on Joe's stream, and